if you're going to take ski paddling seriously, or at least have a good old crack at it, you need to think pretty seriously about your craft. And that means picking the right ski at the right length and a craft that's really suitable for you. Okay, so we'll just have a look over the ski and outline a few tips that might help you out. Most important one, and they're actually like gold on the beach, and that's the bung. Okay, don't ever forget your bung, because if you turn up to the beach without one of these, you're in trouble already. Okay, when you're setting up for a ski race, you want to basically blow your ski up. Inside of a ski is hollow. Okay, blow it up, it makes the ski a little bit more buoyant. So you need to give it 5 or 6 good breaths in there, and then stick your bung in the hole. Before any good competition, you want to check all of your straps and your pedals. Okay, you want to make sure that all the elastic is secure, all the cabling is tight, and most importantly, your straps are really secure to the ski. Because if you're in surf, those are really important. Okay, for A, going through the surf, and B, coming home. You need to make sure that everything is on and secure. In addition to your pedals and your straps, you also want to make sure that your rudder is working and it's actually fixed to your ski. So before any event, just make sure that it's on the ski, you can turn it both ways. You also just want to check that the shaft isn't bent on the rudder, so that when it lines up, it's dead straight so that your ski goes in a straight line. That's really important. When you're choosing a ski, you want to make sure that you have the right leg length, okay? Because if you're too long in the length, you won't be able to initiate enough drive to get a good stroke. And if you're too short, you also won't be able to initiate enough drive. So it has to be quite just right. To check this, you want to get a fist, make a fist, and just put it underneath your knee. Now if your fist can just fit underneath your knee, that means you're pretty well right. Alright, so you've chosen your ski and it's all in good working order. The length of your paddle is absolutely crucial when you're paddling a surf ski. A rough guide would indicate that you can hold your paddle and have your hand on top of the blade quite comfortably. Another rule is the paddle length should be between 2.05 centimeters for shorter paddlers and 2.16 centimeters for taller paddlers. When you hold the paddle, you should be able to put the paddle above your head and form a 90-degree angle at your elbow.
Okay, well obviously before a race, I always check over my gear, you know, before the actual competition day, so if you do pick anything up, it can be fixed. But obviously checking the foot pedals, making sure that they're not loose at all, and your cables are nice and you know, strong. There's not a weak point in them where the cable could break. Obviously just a general check over for any dings or cracks on the joint. And another important one is down the back here at the rudder. You can take the rudder cap off and just check that the bolts all nice and tight and the rudder's not going to come out on you in the middle of your race. And obviously also that the rudder's turning nicely and not bent and going to jam on you. So when you come down to the beach on race day, always ensure you've got a spare bung, because a lot of them tend to go missing sometimes. So yeah, if you've got a spare bung, and also wax is very important in the surf. I always put the wax around the back and the side of the seat here. You know, as I said, especially in the surf, as there's so much water moving around, you can be pushed out of your seat very easily, and with this slick finish, it's very slippery without wax. So that's just a couple of things that can make it much easier for you. Too much wax as well is probably a problem. You don't want to put it all around the bottom here. I just tend to put it up around the back and the sides so that you've got some grip, but it's not going to restrict you.
Let's take a look at the manufacturing of a ski at the Dolphin factory.
When you've got the fist underneath there, that's generally the right position. That gives you the maximum leg drive and maximum balance, which are two key things about getting the leg length right from the start.
The difficulty with this is you're making skis that are 18 kilos over a 19-foot span. Okay, so we're doing things with materials that are not meant to be done, you know, in using spray gel coats and all that. So it's a highly technical and quite an advanced sort of process, I suppose, in getting that strength and rigidity through your ski, and something that's going to be able to stand the knocks and the wears of the competition, but also making sure that the ski comes out at 18 kilos.
The correct paddling technique is sitting up with a straight back, leaning slightly forward and with your head up looking straight ahead. The catch or entry of the stroke, it should be close to the ski, fully submerged and square to the ski. To ensure a good reach, twist the upper body before the blade enters the water. And to help with the reach, you can pick a point on the ski like in front of the foot straps to aim for. The catch should be controlled yet aggressive without slapping the water. The leg drive is critical to provide maximum leverage to the blade. As you can see, when Stephen's left arm enters the water, his left leg drives into the footwell to gain greater power. The winged blade is designed to move away from the ski throughout the stroke. From the entry, it will drift out to the exit point. This movement away from the ski does not need to be forced, as the blade is designed to do it of its own accord. Twisting the upper body utilises the much larger muscle groups as opposed to the smaller ones. This in turn generates a greater power to move the ski forward. The blade should exit the water at mid-thigh level, cleanly, not throwing up any water, and it should be a relaxed action. To ensure a clean exit, the elbows should bend, staying low to the water, while the top hand, which is the recovery hand, punches forward at eye level or above. To ensure maximum speed, you must accelerate the blade through the water once you've secured a good catch. And remember, your fingertips should be relaxed at all times without grasping the paddle too tight, or else your forearms will fatigue. Alright, so that's how you paddle a ski. Let's go and have a look at doing some starts, a key component in a ski race.
Using gears 1 to 5 is a way of explaining levels of intensity of effort. Using gears to describe effort is a valuable tool when training. You use your gears in a race situation also, lifting and reducing your pace to match the race. First gear is an easy or recovery rate, 60% effort. You should be doing 130 beats per minute heart rate or less. Second gear is a steady or solid rate, 70% effort, somewhere between 140 and 160 beats per minute heart rate. Third gear is a hard rate, 80% effort, somewhere around 160-180 beats per minute heart rate. Fourth gear is very hard, 90% effort, somewhere around 180 to 200 beats per minute heart rate. Fifth gear is race pace, 100% effort, 200 beats per minute heart rate or above, whatever you are capable of, basically as hard as you can go.
Hi, I'm Scott Pritchard. I've done a little bit of paddling in my time, so I thought I'd share a few tips for you, particularly about jump starts. Okay, so your basic position for a jump start is pretty much the way I'm standing right now. Your left arm or your left hand is on your left hand footwell, right at the end of it. Your right hand is holding your paddle on the right hand side of the ski adjacent to your seat. What this forms is a triangle between your body and your two arms. This is obviously for a right-hand person, so if you're a left-handed, you want to stand on the other side of the ski. Basically, your shoulders are directly above the ski. There's two types of start. There's the double-legged start, and what we could call the single-legged start. Now the double-legged start, which is not one that I do, you typically put your both hands on the seat or adjacent to the seat, and your left and right legs should pass between both your arms. This is what I'd call a high-risk start, but it's very fast if you can do it. With a single-legged start, I would have my arms and my body forming the triangle. My right leg would actually pass through my arms. My left leg will actually hang up in the air, out here. Okay, my right leg will actually land on top of the strap typically, and not straight into the strap. My goal when I'm undertaking a single-legged jump start is actually to land my bum right in the center of the seat, because that's the widest area of the ski. So if I can land that, I'm not too concerned about everything else. When I land on the ski after doing a jump start, you actually want to be leaning forward as much as you can so that you're in a strong position to take your first stroke. Now, to achieve a fast jump start, your whole focus is about getting your legs out of the water as fast as you can. With that in mind, you'll still have a natural instinct to go forwards, to push forwards. But I really want to stress that the idea is to lift your legs straight up out of the water, get on top of your ski and get your paddle in the water first. Because with that sort of explosive energy, even in an upward direction, the faster you're on the ski, the faster you're away. As you can see here, my legs don't drag any water and my blade is in the water before my feet are in the foot straps. I keep my body weight entirely over the top of the ski to ensure good balance. And finally, as you will see, my head remains in front of my body to ensure the momentum is going forward. So typically, once I've landed on the ski, this is the position that I'm in. My right leg is actually not in the strap, it's sitting on top, and my left leg is out of the ski, but also, most importantly, out of the water. So the person with the fastest start on a jump start is the person that has the blade in the water first. So regardless of whether my feet are in the straps, I can still get my paddle in the water and get my first stroke away. Here's a little secret tip, but don't tell anyone. A good way to practice your jump start is actually without the paddle, because your entire focus is landing your bum in the seat nice and clean. If you watch closely on this start I'm about to do, you'll note that you still generate a lot of power even without the blade. Don't drag your ski back, but rather drive forward to get the momentum. And if you can do that without the paddle, then you're bound to nail it with your paddle. So there are the key ingredients to a good fast start. Now all you need to do is go and spend plenty of time practicing. So you've had a fast start. It's most likely, in our sport, that you're about to hit some waves. So to ensure you get through the waves fast, you need to hit the wave with maximum speed so that you can pop over or penetrate through the wave. You need to hit the wave at right angles so that you go straight through it or straight over the top. If you don't hit the wave straight on, you will note that the ski will skew off to the side and ultimately slow you down. When you're approaching the oncoming wave, it's a good idea to lean back and lift the nose of your ski to pop over the whitewater. It's important to transfer the weight backwards before the wave hits the nose of the ski so that you can pop over the wave effectively. Once you've popped over the wave, it's important to lean forward, get a good catch and continue to paddle with maximum power to get your ski up to maximum speed before the next oncoming wave. If a wave is going to break on the athlete, maximum speed, aggression, determination and balance will be the major factors in successfully emerging through the back of the wave upright. The key thing when you're going through surf like this is to keep your stroke rate really high, don't stop paddling and keep your momentum going forward. The best part about this is that you need to just get in some surf and practice. And remember, here's a tip, never come in straight when you're practicing. Once you're through the break, a key component of a ski race is the ability to wash ride. When wash riding, there's two positions that work really effectively. Either beside the front paddler with the nose of your ski equal to their body, or directly behind the tail of their ski. If you're not leading the ski race, it's a good strategy to wash ride the person that is. Don't forget, wash riding is an absolutely crucial component of ski paddling, because if you can save energy early in the race, you can spend it later on. The buoy turn is incredibly crucial in a ski race. Try always to either lead into the cans or be on the inside and force the lead paddler slightly outwards. The most important thing about turning the cans when you're in a group of people is to be aggressive. Never take a backward step and never stop paddling. It's a good idea once you've turned the apex to be able to immediately hook onto some runners, because that's when you can put some yards on the guys behind you. To get a good line out of the apex, when you're heading into it, you want to remain slightly to the left so that once you turn, you don't go too wide and allow people to sneak through the inside. Once out of the apex, you should already be looking for runners as you turn the last can. So you've turned the final can and you're on your way home. The fastest way home is always to catch a wave. And the critical point here is to have speed. Always attempt to catch the wave early. The speed will help you catch the wave early and never ever stop paddling when you're on the wave. Keep paddling to keep in front of the wave and ensure your rudder is well submerged so that you can steer. This will stop us from broaching to the side and maybe losing control of the ski. Another helpful hint is to apply equal pressure to your foot pedals so that your rudder can't move either way. Paddling out in front of the wave will stop the whitewash coming up behind you and flicking your ski or spinning your ski around and you losing control. If you do broach, all is not lost. Simply lean into the wave, maybe throw a leg over the side and use your paddle to brace yourself and balance. If you practice this enough, you can recover from this quite successfully. Be prepared to look for a wave on your way home, and if so, move either to your left or right to ensure that you catch the wave that no one else does. Here we can see Shannon Eckstein hunting for a wave to his left. The best way to practice is spending time in the surf. Playing in the waves is the best thing that you can do, so simply go out there and have some fun. The finish is obviously very important. You have to choose a time when to attack the finish line. You can quite often paddle away from the wave, and remember, keep on paddling right across the line. Timing is critical when you pick the moment when to attack the line, because you don't want to fatigue, you want to hit the finish line at the fastest point. Once again, the most important thing is timing your run to attack the finish line, because if you go too early, you'll tend to die a little bit after having paddled the race. Something I've also noticed is people stopping paddling just before the line. You should always make sure you cross the line with your entire ski and finish strong.